responsibility. Just hearing the word can feel heavy, can't it? But what if I told you that responsibility is not a weight to carry, but a doorway to freedom? Today I want to talk about why embracing responsibility is the single most empowering choice you can make for your life. Let's start with something simple. What does responsibility mean to you? For many of us, it's tied to duties, obligations, and doing what's expected. But responsibility goes much deeper than that. It's about owning your life, your actions, your decisions, and even your failures. It's about saying, "This is my life, and I'm accountable for how I live it." I remember a time when I avoided responsibility. I thought, why take the blame when I can point fingers? Why should I carry the burden when others can? But every time I avoided responsibility, I felt stuck, like I was waiting for someone else to fix my life. And then one day, it hit me. Responsibility isn't a burden. It's the power to take control. When you own your choices, you also own your ability to change. Think about this. When you blame others, you give away your power. You're saying, "I have no control over this situation." But when you take responsibility, you're reclaiming your power. You're saying, "I may not control what happens to me, but I control how I respond." And here's something I've learned. Responsibility is not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about learning from those mistakes. It's about showing up for yourself and for others, even when it's hard. It's about being honest with yourself and asking, "What can I do better?" And trust me, that honesty, it's liberating. Now I know what you might be thinking, but what if the situation isn't my fault? And you're right. There are times when life throws things at us that are beyond our control. But even in those moments, you have a choice. You can choose to stay stuck in frustration, or you can take responsibility for how you move forward. And that choice, it defines who you become. How do we embrace responsibility without feeling overwhelmed? First, start small. Pick one area of your life, maybe it's your health, your relationships, or your work. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to take responsibility in this area? Second, let go of perfection. Responsibility isn't about doing everything right, it's about doing your best. And finally, celebrate your progress. Every step forward is a victory. Taking responsibility isn't always easy. It means facing uncomfortable truths and making tough choices. But here's the thing, it's worth it. Because when you take responsibility, you unlock the life you've always wanted. A life where you're in control, where you're growing, and where you're truly free. My challenge for you today is simple. Think of one thing you've been avoiding responsibility for. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have, a habit you need to change, or a dream you've been putting off. Take one small step today to own that responsibility, because every journey begins with a single step. And right now, the first thing you need to do is look in the mirror. Remember, responsibility is not a burden, it's a gift. It's the key to unlocking your potential and living a life you're proud of. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more lessons that challenge, inspire, and empower. Let's grow together. Until next time, take care and take charge.